Alright guys, welcome back to another vlog. So today's the day. Today is the day. And what day am I talking about? Today is the final day of the wholesaling challenge. I actually had to reshoot this part because I didn't remember that it was the final day of the wholesaling challenge. It's because every day is a wholesaling challenge for me. I'm going to share with you some great numbers on what we did, what we were able to accomplish. Now, before I do share the numbers, let's just flat out say this was absolutely a great learning experience for me because I have marketed more than I have ever done before. I did a lot more marketing that I pretty much tried to 10x what I was doing before. So for the month of December, we were doing about the same amount of phone calls, between 8,000 to 10,000. And during this wholesaling challenge, we did way more in those 30 days. Same thing with text messaging. Usually I'm like, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 text messages, and I'm not very consistent with it. Now we're consistently pumping out, text messages in an insane amount of rate. I'm gonna tell you guys, what did we accomplish out of these whole 30 days? How many follow-ups did we pick up? How many text messages did we send out? How many replies did we get back? How many phone calls did we do? How many people called us back? What were the numbers? What were the numbers and what did I spend? What did we spend in 30 consecutive days of marketing? So I'm gonna give you guys a full rundown of exactly what we spent on the marketing, on the monthly subscriptions, on everything that it took to accomplish our goal, which was obviously get properties under contract, get properties to close, and get people to follow up with. Because we're initially just filling up the pipeline. That way later on down the road, we can just go ahead and contact these people. Hey, Bob, remember me? I talked to you a few months ago and I wanted to see if you're still interested in selling. That follow-up campaign is absolutely gold because that's going to be where our money is going to be. And it's kind of like putting money in the bank because we are, basically putting our follow-ups away for a rainy day. It's not our rainy day though, it's their rainy day. We're their option on trying to get rid of their property. Now, with all that being said, this has been a crazy challenge. I was very surprised at what unfolded and how everything went. And just so many things happened. It was pretty crazy. And during the challenge, you guys got to see some other issues that happened and that arose on my side of everything. And, just basically how my whole 30 days of wholesaling and being a wholesaler unfolded. Deals that we closed from last month that rolled over into this month. Deals that I was having trouble with on attorneys and other people. Just a lot of little things here and there. So you know what? Let's jump into the numbers. And then afterward, we're gonna go take a look at a lot that I got right now that I just picked up under contract today. And I wanna go see it because I don't remember what it looks like when I called it. And I went driving for dollars to go pick up all these properties. So I'm gonna jump into the numbers here. Let me move all this crap out of my way. So today we're gonna do the numbers up to, I'm gonna tell you the dates of everything. That way you guys get an idea of exactly what was the time frame all this stuff unfolded. Again, I work only 5 days a week. So it wasn't a complete 30 days consecutively because I don't work on Saturdays and Sundays. You can't count those days because we don't do anything on those days. My partner does follow-ups on those days, but they're just usually old follow-ups and he does like 1 or 2. It's not like there's a whole campaign that we do on the weekends. So for everybody, from January the 1st until yesterday, February the 18th. So 30 consecutive days. We made 15,377 phone calls. 559 of those were the correct owners. So about a 4% response for the correct owners. The incorrect owners, my numbers are probably not correct because we decided to change to a different system on how to track them. So before, like if we spoke to somebody who was not the owner, we would press no contact or no contact on the owner and it'll skip to the next phone number. Now at the same time, if let's say we got somebody's voicemail and I don't want to drop voicemails, we'd also press no contact. So we didn't really talk to anybody. So in reality, it doesn't really count as a no contact or not contact the correct owner. That's what I'm trying to say, is not contacting the correct owner. So it does say here we had 1,316 no contacts. Probably bringing our rate way up, but on a typical day, 5 days a week, we have about a 9 to 11% contact rating. 15,377. I'm gonna write this down so we can keep this in mind, okay? Now for text messaging, let me go over to the, as a matter of fact, I got it pulled up here because I was sending out a text messaging campaign this morning. So from the same time frame, what time frame was it? I think to the 18th. All right, so from January 1st to February 18th, 30 consecutive days of wholesaling, we sent out 11,664 text messages with 2,097 replies. So that brings us down to a total contact rate of 17%. This is of course correct owners and non-correct owners. Now my ringless voicemail, not really easy to track. I'm gonna go over it and see what I sent, but I'm gonna guess around 5,000. I'm gonna try to see if I can figure out what it was at. Let me see, because I used two ringless voicemail services. I use Call Loop and I use Slide Broadcast because Slide Broadcast has a better reporting system. I'm gonna pull them both up. All right, so the total, and this is between ringless voicemails and voice broadcasting, we sent out a total of 8,579 RVMs and voice broadcasts. That is way more than I usually do. That's crazy. Now, what was the callback on this? That is gonna be the question. The callback rating. How many people did we have callback out of all this outbound marketing? I stopped all my mail campaigns. It wasn't like it was big anyway. It was like maybe 200 letters. They had been going out for months. I did get one deal out of it a couple months back, but nothing of real significance. So let's check out that callback rating. All right, so the total callbacks from all the outbound marketing. This is really astonishing for me. 657 incoming calls for 30 days of wholesaling. 657, that is a lot. That is way more than I've ever gotten, I think, in ever. That's a record. You guys get to see a record right now. Who knows? And then in the future, I'm like, man, I remember those days when I had just 600 incoming calls. I hope to be like that. But 657 incoming calls, I'm gonna write that down because that's amazing. So out of all those phone calls, all the RVMs, all the text messaging, what did we get? That is the question. Again, I'm just now starting to be able to track all of my marketing efforts. I'm gonna show you guys the old way on how I used to figure out how many follow-ups we were getting, how many people were coming into our follow-ups. And I think I can figure it out, because the thing is, when my cold caller, he only puts it up into one follow-up campaign and I put it up into another. So sometimes they end up in two follow-up campaigns, even though it's the same, or not follow-up campaigns, but follow-up folders, even though it's the same follow-up. So let's see, I'm gonna count this here. So total amount of follow-ups. This is totaling, of course, from everything. I don't know where everybody came from. We got about 135 follow-ups in this whole entire time span. 135 follow-ups. Now, it could be more than that, could be less than that. I'm gonna say it's probably accurate, only because sometimes it counts as double in two areas. So I only counted in one area. In the other area, there might be more that I didn't get to count, because there's just so many and it's so unorganized and I don't really know where everybody's at, because I'm trying to separate our regular follow-ups outside of what my cold caller is getting, because I wanted to see what his numbers are. It's like 130 follow-ups plus or minus, and then let's go ahead and find out what we got under contract. That one's easier to look at because I only have one signature service that I send everything out on, and if it doesn't have, if I don't send it out for a signature, then I just, I'll still upload it in here because all my contracts get uploaded on here. So we were able to pick up 8 properties under contract with the current marketing of actually calling and texting, whether they were old lists or new lists. We got 8 under contract. 8 under contract, 130, plus or minus follow-ups. That's pretty good. That's more than I ever get. Usually I get like 20 follow-ups in a month and maybe 2 to 3 under contract. So the fact that we got 8 under contract, and the majority of them I think are all, well, no, I got 2 under contract yesterday. So they aren't assigned yet. Oh wait, and then there's one more that I'm missing from here. Where's 211? Oh, so I got 9 under contract. 9 under contract, yeah, not bad at all. So 9 properties under contract. Now what did we spend on all this stuff? Spending. So total cost on text messaging was $418. Remember, we sent 11,664 text messages and 2,097 incoming text messages with 128 incoming phone calls off of the text messages. So that's good to know. Now, so let me write that down, $418. That's a heck of a lot of money on text messages. I'm gonna try to reduce that. The 8,579 RVMs cost me, let me relook at that. Cost me $557 to send all those RVMs. Cold calling. So Mojo Dialer cost me $368 a month. So then for skip tracing, we spent $394 on skip tracing, which is crazy. Well, I'm not really that crazy. I think I've spent, well, I don't do a lot of skip tracing, like maybe once a month. This month we did more than we've ever done, just because we've been trying to hit as many people as we can. I don't know how many people we've hit total with the campaigns, but I know that a couple of weeks ago it was about 3,000 something. I think we're up to 4,000 right now. And then on top of that, it was like 14 or 15,000 phone numbers. It might be a little higher than that now, about 16,000 phone numbers total that we're hitting with all these campaigns. So $418 in text messages, $557 in RVMs, $368 in cold calling just for the dialer, and then $394 in skip tracing. All of those efforts is what gave us what we have right now. It's not bad. If you think about it, let's go back here. If all these efforts, I'm gonna add up everything here. Okay, so we spent $1,737 to contact these people, all of these people, including skip tracing. Almost $2,000 is what we spent for 30 consecutive days. Now, what we got back in response was about 9 properties under contract. And I don't know what the assignment fees on every single one of them, but let's make an example. If each one only made $5,000, okay? $5,000 times 9. That's $45,000 profit minus the almost $2,000 that we already spent. Not bad. You can see where the money is going and where it's coming back. Now look, I'm gonna tell you guys straight up. When I first started doing this, I wasn't getting any money. I wasn't making anything. I was, like I would try marketing and I didn't know what I was doing and I was failing. But here's the thing. This is the absolute key. This is what turns you into a successful wholesaler. Look at what you're doing wrong. Maybe you're putting bandit signs out, but you're putting them in the wrong spot. What if you're cold calling, but you're cold calling the wrong people? Look at the little tiny things and make small changes. Try them out, see if they work. Wait a little while. It's not going to work on the first day. That's the thing with marketing. You have to learn over time. Over time is what you're going to know what works and what doesn't work. That's how I learned all this stuff. How do I market? When do I market? How long do I market for? And even now, there's still changes that go on all the time. I mean, I literally just changed up my entire marketing for this whole challenge just because I wanted to do more than what I was doing before and try to be more consistent and understand how to be more consistent. And it's tough to do that. It really is, especially when you've been doing it a certain way for a while and then you want to change things up a little bit. I know when things are kind of dying down and I'm like, okay, something's going on here. I got to reconfigure this or I got to bring new people in. Usually when we've already attacked a list a certain amount of times and there's not really a response coming out of it, we'll move it off to the side, put it on pause for a little while, and then come back with another list. Hit them again, or maybe an old list, I'll put it back into circulation. It really all depends on what you're doing with your marketing and how you want to structure it. When you're starting out, of course, there's only one thing to do, and that's hit everybody you got. But don't start with something so small. We are doing what, 3,500 to 4,000 people with 14,000, 15,000 phone numbers. So we're gonna get a deal. I know that if I'm gonna go get some more phone numbers and I'm gonna go driving for dollars again, I'm gonna go to another area and pick up more people, and I'm gonna keep hitting the, look, I was just texting yesterday a brand new list, and I got a bunch of follow-ups and a bunch of new people that we need to hit. I know that if I spend a certain amount of money, I'm gonna get a certain amount of results. So I know now if I spend $2,000, I'm gonna make $45,000. If I spend $10,000, I'm gonna make even more than that. And here's the formula. I'm looking off into the distance because I have my board over here. And I did an analysis July of last year. This is old now. This is not new. In order for us to make $581,000, you know what? I decided to just get this list because I was looking off into the distance and I was like, you know what? I can't even see that because I can't see that far, and it's, you know, it's drawn on a paper here. So this was a market analysis that I did July of last year of 12 months, 12 complete months of wholesaling, my first 12 months in business. In order for us to create $561,000, and this was a goal, we made about half of this in this 12-month period. So in order for us to make $561,000 as a goal, that was the goal for this year, or that was the goal for from July 2020 up until July 2021. This was where I wanted to be at, or what I wanted to try to accomplish. So the goal was to create 150 outgoing phone calls, to have 15 contacts per day. And this is a per day basis. So when you break it down, it's 3,000 phone calls a month, 300 contacts with the correct owners every month, 18 incoming calls per day, which comes out to 360 phone calls, incoming calls a month, 318 text messages, outgoing text messages per day, 6,360 for the month, 33 incoming text messages per day, which is about 660 for the month, 114 RVMs or voice broadcasts for the day, which would equal out to 2,280 RVMs and voice broadcasts per month. Now the original, this was how we made $187,000 in 12 months, almost 200 grand. So this is what the total was on how we were able to make that much money. We had 50 outgoing calls every day, Monday through Friday. This is only 5 days. I've never worked the weekends. I've only worked the weekends when I first started wholesaling, just to get us off the ground. So 50 outgoing phone calls, 5 contacts, 6 incoming calls, 12 outgoing calls through my phone system, 106 outgoing text messages per day, 11 incoming text messages per day, and 38 RVMs per day. So if you mirrored yourself off of this exact goal, this is no joke. This is from last year. It's funny. It's so crazy that this has been up on my board for 6 months. If you guys, what did I do? I tripled this. Yeah, so I tripled this in order to create this. I don't know if this is even in focus. Let's focus this in. There we go. So this is what it took to get to where I'm at. Okay, that was the goal. And definitely have a 10x that goal, because now what did we do in these 30 days? And we did what? 15,377, 15 contacts per day, which comes out to 300 a month. I didn't write that down, but I think we made about 500 contacts, 500 or 600. Incoming calls, definitely beat that, 657. So I doubled that incoming call goal. 318 outgoing text messages per day, which 6,360 per month. We did 11,664 text messages. Incoming text messages was 2,097. The goal was 660. And then the RVMs, 2,280. I sent out 8,579 ringless voicemails. Wow. You know what? What a crazy 30 days. I amazed myself, to be honest, because I didn't think I could ever do this. And I know that I'm doing these videos not only to help you guys out, but I also do want to track my progress. This is kind of like a video diary for me, showing my failures, showing my successes. And just as much as I have had some great success in wholesaling, I have had a lot of failures. And all these failures didn't discourage me, because I knew that I had to fail in order to be great. It's like a staircase. You know, if you slip on one step, does that mean you shouldn't go up the stairs? No. It means that you need to just get better footing, realize what happened. What did you step on that made you stumble? And that way you don't feel so down about not being good at what you're doing. It takes a lot of perseverance, a lot of effort, a lot of stress, that's for sure. And the stress is not, I mean, there's a negative aspect to it, but there's a positivity to it. Those stressful situations, you know, the saying is pressure makes diamonds. So all that pressure that you're getting, you're gonna focus that, and you're gonna focus on whatever it is that you're not doing good at, and you'll build yourself up off of that. That's how wholesaling was for me. And you know, it took me a year and 5 months, year and 5 months to finally be able to quit. And from that year and 5 months, it also took me about a year and 2 months to start bringing in deals again. Cause like my deals were very far apart, the first couple of ones that I did. First one was 4 months, and then 5 months after that, I did my second deal and I bought a house. Then after that deal, it took me another like almost 6 months to find the next deal. So you're talking almost a year and a half of really hard work, beating myself up, hating my job, that I finally became consistent enough. I didn't succeed sooner was the fact that I wasn't consistent. That's why I keep telling people, be consistent. If you're gonna market every day. It doesn't have to be a whole bunch. Just do a little bit at a time. If you make 5 phone calls a day, just do 5 phone calls every single day. 5. You don't have to go over 5, just do 5 phone calls every single day. I bet you'll get a deal, guaranteed. Will it be quickly? No, but those 5 phone calls are gonna put you 5 phone calls closer to where you need to be, and put you 5 phone calls closer to the person that needs you to call them. So I know that I wanted to bring you guys out to check out this lot that I'm gonna pick up. I just picked it up under contract actually this morning. Let's go and take a look at it. I know that this video has been really long, and it's gonna be even longer now that we're gonna go out and take a look at this lot. But yeah, let's get out of here. I'm gonna go put on my shoes, and let's go check out this lot. I'll tell you right now, it's freezing cold outside. No, it's not that bad. I think it's like in the 40s, but it feels colder than it regularly is. I think it's just because of the wind, and also because of the humidity level is really high. So this is the lot. I mean, it doesn't look like much, but you got about an acre of land here. Looks like there are some, I don't think that's not a survey marker. I don't think that one is either, but it's about an acre. So as far as what you could do with this thing, so what I'm thinking is probably the first house is gonna go over here, and then the second house is gonna go probably around this area here, because it does have access to a second road. So there's 2 roads intersecting here. I don't know what the guidelines are. I'm in Cleveland County, North Carolina, and I don't know what the regulations are of this area. But I know that in the other county that I wholesale in, if it's a corner lot and it has 2 streets that come up to each other like this, that you're able to basically put a duplex on this. And I don't know what I could put on here. Then there's an apartment complex over there, so I don't know what the resale value would be of a house in this area, but I know that it's not a bad lot. I mean, it's a good area. It's near a new casino that's gonna pop up, so it's definitely gonna be, you know, some really good you know, stuff that's gonna boost up the ARV in the area, or, you know, future use, who knows. You know, this thing could end up being something bigger and better, or somebody could hold on to this as a long-term investment and see whatever they want to do with it. It does have water taps, has sewer taps, so no need for a well, no need for what's it called, a septic system. You have everything available to you. But it's nice. Here, I'm gonna give you some clips real quick of it, and I'm gonna go back home. It's about, I don't even know what time it is. Let me see. About 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's Friday. It's crazy that the challenge is over. I'm actually surprised. I've been thinking about it all day on how I could bring you guys some more value. This was a pretty interesting one as well. I mean, a lot of my text messaging deals, if you text enough people, you're gonna get a response out of them and you're gonna get deals. I do know that in some areas you gotta text more, like in Charlotte, you gotta do a lot of text messaging, a lot. You got a lot of text messaging, and it has to be fresh data. If you're doing a vacant list that's from like 6 months ago, forget about it. That thing is done, it's over with, it's never coming back, because those people sold already. And I've encountered that, where I'll text people and they'll be like, oh, it's gone, it's sold, not available anymore. And that's cool. It's just it's a numbers game. The more numbers you hit, the higher the numbers that you hit, the more success you're gonna have. So this campaign was 15, I think it was 15, no, it's a lie. This campaign that we picked up, this lot and another lot, as well as another follow-up. Actually, the follow-up is down the street here, somewhere over there. I don't know if I'm even pointing straight at it, but the follow-up is down the street. He's got a house and then 2 lots on the side of it. So now we got what? This is an acre lot, 2 lots over there, and I think those 2 lots equal about an acre as well, plus the house, plus maybe like 3 other follow-ups in the area that are ready. They're not ready right this moment, but they're gonna be ready soon. That's a lot of leads compared to the phone numbers. I sent out text messages to about 3,000 phone numbers, and about, what was it, like 1,000? Yeah, about 1,000 or 900 of them were, well, 900 of them responded, and I think it sent out a total of like 1,500 text messages total to 3,600 phone numbers. So that's about, I don't even know what the response rate on this, but it is what it is. But I'm gonna get out of here, guys. I'm gonna catch you guys later, and I'll see you all on another vlog.